about that? That's greatness. You guys changed your names. Yeah. All the check marks, all the boxes are checked. Yay, team. All that remains is for me to begin. Let's see. Open. Owner. News. No Senna today, I don't think. All right.
Nice.
I get my...
I saw that you tweeted. Retweeted you up.
Let me get my dashboard going here because I've been remiss. $11.59. Oh my goodness gracious! Why does it do that? Why does it automatically just do that? Sometimes Twitch just annoys me. Their user experience sometimes just isn't quite what you want it to be. But, indeed. Oh God, what was that? Please, do not use any manner of sexual play devices within earshot of the microphone. Thank you.
Pretty sure that was a phone.
Oh, it was a phone. Oh, excuse me.
Good joke.
Ah.
Let's keep it off stream, man. Come
Well,
on.
you know, if Loco was in the room, he would be the one to do that. But
we got to get Loco. His voice on the AMA. Oh, he's so funny.
He's one of those that I think you can only have him on the show for about 10 minutes because it'll either
five would be better. 5 would be better.
Maybe, yeah, right.
Over.
Either the entire audience would be like, "Oh, I want to hear more," or they'll all be like, "Oh my God, I'm changing the channel."
I think most people would love it, but I mean, it's such a high energy level. We'd have to keep up.
It's like eating hot wings, right? You can only stand so much of it.
Yeah, that's why my theory is that Loco got the legendary founder star.
That's your theory? I don't think so because Loco's isn't Loco a blue name?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that person only has 1 star. So they would be a red name.
Yeah, blue's more than 1.
That's what I'm saying. The person that has the legendary founder only has 1 star.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
You just follow the wallet trail back and to see what tokens they have.
I did find El Bobo's wallet. I was looking at his stars.
I did the same too.
Which
I'm like, if I want to trade, I'm gonna probably trade with El Bobo.
and look at his secondary one too, because I think he's got like 90 in that one now.
He's got one ranked at like number 50, maybe maybe 20. No, I think it's 50.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, see, Loco's in chat along with Dirty Discos. So now we have Dirty Locos when you smash them together like that. Okay, all right. So let me start the recording software, and we'll start with music and all that jazz. So we'll count you in here in 3. Right. All right. Solaverse Show number 5 coming in 3, 2, 1.
Radio, where gamers roll.
We've had a misfire in audio. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a misfire in audio.
I like it.
The recording channel was not armed, therefore it was not actually recording. So at least it didn't take me 2 minutes to realize I hadn't started it. So here we go again. Take 2 now, Solaverse Show in 3, 2, 1.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
The further the planet from your star, the better the collector that you are. Gravity is the thing that you're looking for, and yes, we do expect you raise the floor.
If you're looking for your place in space, you found it. Not just any metaverse. It's the Solaverse. Welcome to the Solaverse Show, with your hosts, Big Yoda and Bungabite.
I feel honored. I didn't know I was part of it.
Ah, yeah, sure. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Monday, January 3rd, as I wait for the music to drop out. 12:04 p.m. in Texas. 1804 UTC, 1904 where our guest is living, and it is 11:05 now in your neighborhood. Bonga, hello, how are you?
I'm good. Actually, I'm still
Great.
feasting off that hype from the reveal. So
Yeah.
happy to talk to
Super hype.
RieRie.
Yeah, and see our third contestant today is the next Solo Star Owner Spotlight winner. And that would be SolarianRieRie. Actually, you know what? Let's just get into it, and let me play your bed for you, and then we'll get you going.
All right.
Did you say play your bed?
Yo, come on, skip that part.
Searching the Solaverse far and wide to bring you this Solar Star Owner Spotlight. See, we're all amateur podcasters here, right? So, yeah, we. I've been in radio a long time. A bed is simply the music that underlays when you're talking, and so that's what that is. It's called a music bed, or some people call it a stinger because it just kind of right up front and then it goes away.
Hey,
But-
I'm learning something. I honestly, I thought it was something because you said it with some confidence. So I was like, he didn't mess that up.
Yeah, I think we talked about this on the first show where, I got into DJing while I was actually in college. I was a Saturday night rock and roll DJ guy way back in college. Spinning the tunes during Saturday nights in the student union at the University of Texas when we turn out the lights and have glow-in-the-dark bowling pins. It was kind of cool.
Very fun.
Yeah, it was neat. So anyway, here we go. SolarianRieRie. Hello.
How are you? Oh, good man.
Hey, there's a certain thing that happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
And, there's not a lot to talk about in the Solaverse world right now, right? I mean, we didn't have any news. It wasn't, much, but
No leaks,
no nothing. Yeah, no reveals, no anything like that, right? Yeah.
No AMA and anything.
But for those of you that don't know, SolarianRieRie, or we're just going to call him RieRie now, is one of the mods on the Solaverse Discord. And anyway, welcome to the show, dude. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing really good.
I'm good as well.
There you go. See, that's the thing. I wonder, were you happy with how many stars do you have, by the way?
Just two.
Just 2. Were you happy with what you got?
Super happy.
Awesome.
Oh, does your
Super
picture
excited.
represent your star?
Well, the blue one was actually something I imagined and something I wanted, but
Ah, okay.
the other one I didn't actually have, any color in mind or anything in mind, so I'm just happy with the one I got. It's beautiful, by the way.
Yeah. Honestly, any of them, I love them. Yeah.
For-
It's funny, Ree, that you put up that picture. That one is yours, right?
Yeah.
There is I don't are either one of you on the stream? Oh, by the way, looks like we've got, who is that? That's Roby. That's Roby1 Kenobi that has joined. Adam has also joined us.
Oof.
Adam
Now we
Eve
have to-
Adam Eve verse.
Gonna have to fact check
Now
ourselves.
Ash verse.
Yeah. So we've got a few folks joining us already here from probably from the Solaverse, obviously, from the Discord, from who knows where. And so welcome to all you guys as well. But yeah, so what was your other one? Was it also a blue star, or was it something else?
No, orange with a green nebula.
Oh, yes. I like the way that one kind of plays together in terms of the colors, right? And I've seen a bunch. And, there's obviously a finite mix and match of colors, but I do like the way a lot of these look. And, if some of you are in chat, I'm sorry, if some of you are in the Twitch, both of you guys, what I'm talking about is, I have, what do I have? Where is it?
If you ever see me look to the right, that's where chat's at. So.
Oh, I see. Okay. Actually, you know what? Just carry on, because for some reason, I guess I didn't have the window open that I thought I had open. So, it do be what it do be, but
Doobie-doo.
Indubitably.
Sounds funny.
Indubitably, yes, indeed.
So, Riri, I think we're going to start out with you, probably.
Okay.
Talking about how you found the Solaverse set.
Okay. Well, I think someone sent me the invites. I actually accepted, but wasn't active because there was this other project which later turned out to be an impersonation, a fake project, something based off the Bored Ape. So I didn't really pay attention to the Solaverse then till I attended this free session, C-Prime, the modern Telegram. You know him, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I attended this session he had on Zoom, sorry, Google Meets, and then he was
That
talking
must have
about
been really
NFTs.
early on.
Yeah. He was talking about NFTs and all of that. Then he made mention of the Solaverse, using it as kind of a use case, something like that. Then immediately I ran back to my Discord and asked, how do I get the whitelist? Because that was my, that particular.
Oh, I think we lost you a little bit there, man.
We
Your
did.
audio's coming in muffled.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I said, you guys can hear me now, right?
Yes, we got you.
Okay. So immediately, we ended the session. I just, ran back to my Discord, accepted the invites, started asking questions. How do I get the whitelist? What is the project about? I was more focused on the whitelist though. Then when I was, told the criteria for the whitelist, I immediately started grinding. And
Oh,
I think
yes.
I got to I got to level 6 that particular night. Then I was like, no, this grinding of a thing isn't really for me. I had to, go with the 10 invites. So I brought in my friends, sent the screenshot to Senna, and well, that was how I got whitelisted.
Wow, that's probably before I even knew what a whitelist was.
I remember Nikki
'Cause,
telling the story that she had to grind for like 24 hours straight to get to wherever you needed to get to.
Yeah.
That was before
Yeah, I think it was
found
level 10 then. Yeah, level 10.
that. Yeah, that was
A lot of
before I ever
projects
found this
start off.
project. Way before.
Yeah, I wish I was back in the OG days during the AMA here in was it Dre? I think it was Dre talk about how they had just like one channel and they were all talking in it.
Oh right, yeah, they were back in the very beginning.
Yeah.
I know, it's awesome. So, I was going to show something that I now am ready to show, and it is, I'm going to overlay it on top of the Twitch channel here for those of you that are in the Twitch channel, and it's funny when you see the two in the middle there. These two that I'm pointing at with my mouse are the same as you. The blue with the dark nebula. So I think between you and I, we've cornered the market on blue stars with dark nebulas. That's just
Yeah.
that's just what I'm saying. But
They look so clean. I love them. I got a red with a dark nebula.
oh, you got red
The
with the
reds
dark
are
nebula.
beautiful too.
Yeah, I think that's Senna was saying that's why they chose the legendaries to have dark nebulas. I like the way the green and gold play together on the yellow star here. I love the white star with the crab. I think it's the crab nebula is purple, right?
Yeah.
And my profile on Twitter is actually the blue with the crab nebula. But this is off Rarity Sniper, so this is another topic of another completely different discussion. I'm going to go ahead and take this one off. But
We'll bring it back
yeah.
up. I'm sure we'll talk about it.
yeah. But that's one way to look at all your stars at once in a fairly decent presentation too at that. So
Yeah, the site's actually really nice. You can pull up multiple, NFTs if you
Yeah,
have more than
multiple
one.
IDs.
yeah, it's really cool.
It's very clean.
So Riri, what else can you or are you willing to at this point share what you're going to name your stars and what you're going to do with them if you know yet? So we've seen some. I heard some on the reveal event that were really good ideas, and I forgot who the young lady was that was talking right before I finally was able to get enough bandwidth to talk.
Lore Punk?
Was it? Yeah, it was Lore. Yeah, it was Lore
Lore
Punk. Yeah, it was
the
Lore Punk.
poet.
Yeah. And so she was doing some educational content and all. I thought it was fantastic. I was like, oh, I want to follow you.
Yeah. I haven't gotten in touch with her yet, but I was thinking of doing sort of a storyline basis for mine.
Yeah.
Honestly, like she's the one who always posts the poetry in the channel, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Some of that
yes.
is so great. Like I remember I've read a couple, and I was like, I'm gonna make a video for that, and then I get partway through, and I end up getting just too overrun with everything else going on in the NFT space and
Yeah.
solar space, of course.
I think if she were to make those poems NFTs, they could, she can move them, at a fairly decent little price, but within her system, that would be cool. Anyway, we're not talking about Lore Punk. We're talking about Riri.
Okay. Well, I've actually thought about a kind of cool name for my planet. I'm sorry, for my star. Yeah, I've come up with some names for my planet, of course. But for my star, I'm thinking of just cryptic with one instead of the I. CRYT1C. Something like that.
Gotcha. Represent the
Yeah.
crypto aspect of it.
Yeah. Then for plans on what I'm building, I have this vague idea of making one a kind of black market where you get the one with the 2 asteroid belts and stuff, minerals I've mined from my asteroids and stuff, just put them up for sale on that particular star, create something like a marketplace for that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. So
I've
you
not
do
really
like
gone into
hard to get items, or I mean, we don't know the game yet, but just in
yeah.
your
So
in
I'm
your
just kind of
daydream.
keeping everything in check now. Just, yeah.
Hey, well, it's all about how much you put into it, and we got to start right now with imagining, right? And I love doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything I'd rather dream about than what my universe is gonna look like.
Yeah. I just keep myself busy with that, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. So Bonga, I'm gonna turn the reins over to you for a second, and my wife just got back from Sam's, and with her purse surgery, she can't lift a lot of stuff heavy, so I've got to go out and help her, and so I will
Okay.
rejoin you guys here in just a couple of minutes.
All right,
Yeah, no
sounds good.
problem.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so you show up, you got the invite first, and then fortunately you joined the spaces which informed you that yes, you want to be part of this. And then
Yeah.
from there on, you just kept engaging in chat, right? I mean, I see you all the time helping out people and newcomers.
Yeah, it was actually the me.
Oh, you're muffled again, man.
Okay.
You're muffled again.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
I said it was. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So it was actually the main day for the whitelisters. I got very active. I think I was up on Discord for hours. Hours on end. I think I ranked up about 6, 7 levels just in 24 hours or so.
Yeah, and then you started inviting
About that.
people. I remember that. When did
Yeah.
you hit mod status? Because I actually didn't see you hit it, I don't believe.
I got a DM from Senna, and he was like, "Yeah, we need you, to be a mod or something like that. Just someone that can help around on the server and all that." And I think, yeah, Berry Blossom.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Very
he
awesome.
got the yeah. I think it was just few hours after he got the mod status. I got mine too.
Gotcha. Okay. So, like, since you're the first mod that we've had on the show, I want you to kind of explain what's the biggest question newcomers have,
Oh,
other than whitelist, of course. But I don't think we have to worry about that anymore.
okay. Trying to think about it. Yeah, most of them actually ask what the project is about, of course. And yeah, so I'm just yeah.
So you
After
just
they yeah, I send them the write up. That write up I usually send to the general chats for them to make their research and all that. Then if they have further questions, they can drop them in the general chat, and of course, the community or any other member would help them.
yeah. I mean, the chat's always going. I mean, I rarely have to wait more than a couple minutes to get an answer or to see
Yeah,
someone
and
else
then
chatting. So
about
that's
50
great.
messages.
Yeah, definitely don't want any dead space there. But I mean, it's got to get a little repetitive always trying to explain the project when you know it so well. But it's also fun. It's also got to be fun to bring in new
Yeah,
people and
I actually see
have
that
that
as a way of
status.
getting more XP.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Get your role play character going. Master of the universe.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Very cool. So, what was the biggest takeaway that you have from being here from the start and seeing the community progress, people coming in, project developing, having to have the patience? Do you think that this project's going to be cemented in the NFT space? It's going to be stapled?
Yeah. I actually see this project as being the next big thing for me. You know, with
Very cool.
the pace of we're going, the plan of the thing, the way everything goes.
You're muffled again, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I
perfect.
think this should be an issue with my device. Okay, yeah, I see this actually becoming the next big thing, you know,
It's going to take up a lot
with
of your
the
time for sure, but it's going to be worth it, I think.
yeah, it's gonna take time, of course, it's gonna take time. The way things are getting rolled out, the plans and everything is just crazy, and it's actually nice to watch. It's nice to watch.
Yeah, and that's the thing is people hate the patience. You got flippers, all these things coming in, people making money. But if you
Yeah,
endure
you see,
those
you see, you
patience,
see,
use that time.
one thing with flippers, I think, is just that bragging rights they have. Yeah, I actually flipped. I made so amounts with flipping NFTs and stuff because I do see a lot of them on social media, and you see them. They be like, I made $10,000 with just $500 in 10 days in a week and all that. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
It's
No,
so much work, like we were talking about. I mean, for one, you got to grind in these servers, of course, and then you got to find good
yeah,
projects. It's a risk, and when you're in a community like Solaverse that's built up, and you make these friends, and you watch the project progress, it feels so much more rewarding. I mean, yes, everybody loves money, and the money will come. You
of
gotta,
course everyone does.
you,
Yeah. So, well, I would say, during my stay in the Solaverse, I've actually become very, very attached to the project and everyone in there. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
right.
This is one of the best. Well, I would say the best because I've not been on so many communities. I would say this is the best so far. So far,
I
and
gotta ask you.
I kind of set my standards for other projects with the Solaverse.
I bring it up all the time in different communities. Like they'll ask, "Is this community good?" I'm like, "Well, it's no
Yeah.
Solaverse, but it's pretty good."
It's just crazy.
All right, gentlemen, I'm back. Thank you for
No
Yeah,
problem.
welcome back.
carrying on the show. You guys were awesome. Hey, so I don't know if you noticed Bonga in chat. Roby One Kenobi's asking about what your avatar is going to look like for the Solaverse show graphic, and so I told him that we had talked about it last week, and you were going to be a Wookiee.
Yeah, I'm totally down for the Wookiee thing. I mean, I'm 6'9". I got the call down. I could do it for you, but it's a little embarrassing. No, I'm joking.
See, there it is
It's
again.
just fun to do, honestly.
Yeah.
You gotta have fun.
Yep. Yes, and one day I'll do a little mini Yoda impersonation, but today is not that day. When the courage of men fail, it will be that day.
Okay. My throat's really dry at the moment too. Some hydrate.
So who's beefy? Who's B? B3Y. What is B3Y? Or BEY? B whatever. 2.5 ETH offer on their star right now, but feel the thing has such a long way to go. Sure, so take the offer. Feels wrong. 2.5 ETH. Is that a legendary? That's the question, because 2.5, the floor right now is 0.7. So
we're up to 0.7. The last I said was 0.68.
right.
I don't really check the floor much. All I know is the big offer for the
that's
legendary
joke.
founder.
There it is. All right, yeah. So it's a legendary founder? No. Is it the legendary founder?
No. That's the only one I know about because Senna tweeted it. I don't really check the floor.
Oh, okay. And so so B, I'm just going to say B because I don't know what the 3Y stands for, has a legendary star at 2.5 ETH. I honestly would have thought that the legendary floor would be closer to 5 ETH. That's my thought. And what people throw out there is a good measuring stick for what you should not do and what you should do at least 2x of, because people are inherently trying to lowball you, right? So I wouldn't.
Everyone's gonna offer.
Yeah, I wouldn't accept any offer less than 5 ETH, and that's just me. But and then again, if I was holding a legendary, I would never sell. And the reason for that is we've done the calculations. We know that these are going to be generating over 600,000, almost 700,000 Sola, depending on how many people stake per year. So I mean,
yeah. Actually, if I
Did you get cut off there?
held a legendary, I might 5 above, then go sweep the floor, and I'll get more rewards from the staking.
yeah.
I'll get 2-3 more, and I'm good with that. I'll just take them and get more rewards from it.
That's a good point. That is a great point, right? You sell your legendary, you go sweep 4 stars, and you wind up with
I don't know. I think the problem with that is you got to put time into those stars. We were talking about people are going to do transactions in your universe, of course, but there's going to be some focal points spread out.
Yeah, something
Better
to
the
draw them in.
community.
right.
Like you're talking about making yours trading and economic.
Yeah.
There's going to be a trade hub.
All right,
Yeah.
everyone, take a drink. Mahamud has redeemed the 100 coin voucher for hydrate, so
Well, thank you, because that was
we're
really
hydrating. Yeah, because I'd forgotten to hydrate.
And if you heard that big loud crash, it was my water bottle falling. So
Yes, I did, and
Yeah, I had it.
well, it's all good. I got myself a hydro cell, which I'm not sponsored or love them, but it's my favorite one. It's
See?
got like a
we should
2x straw.
We should get you a sponsorship just for that on the show. They know how valuable it is. If Bongabyte mentions them on the podcast for the Solaverse Show, they know that that's an instant 4% uptick in sales for today.
Oh yeah, Bongabyte the tastemaker. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Gonna have to start dressing better.
That's awesome. Yeah. So so B3 is really the what he or she would like to go by, and Superstar. Look at that, Superstars first time chat for Pluto. And so so B3 really is talking about what is time and what time and work are we talking about on the project, and it's as much or as little as you want, really, right?
And you don't have to do anything.
Right. So you're going to earn passive rewards for your star just simply being there, as long as it's staked, and you're going to earn passive rewards based on everything that happens in your system. As people buy planets, as people buy you're not going to get the commission on the land sales because the planetary owners will have those. But as people do things in your system and they exactly as they transact, you get a small piece of the tax.
And don't you have to worry about? I went into a little bit about how much you put into it, but every system's going to be populated because we're talking about mining and getting all these resources. They're going to be spread out throughout the metaverse. You
Right.
don't have to worry about people, dead
everyone
zones.
has this different taste. Everyone knows what they're looking for.
Right.
So
Right.
people are actually going to come into your system no matter what.
Right.
Plus, I mean, I don't want to quote a famous show, but it might be the last frontier. You got to explore it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Senna just messaged me, and he's like, he's very, very sorry. He won't be able to make the show. He would love to. He says he'll jump on next time, but his voice is gone.
So we got half the team with COVID, and
I'm
one
sorry.
can't speak?
I'm trying not to laugh, but Jesus, I mean, at the rate at which this guy has had to talk for the last 3 days, I'm not surprised. He says he's barely got a voice, and I get it. I get it. Tired voice is a thing, man. So I had to announce a
radio
tournament once, the all-day tournament at the stadium for the school that I announced at, and they played soccer games over and over and over again. And I'm one of those announcer guys that's in a stadium that sounds like, they've said before that it sounds like an NBA game is going on in there because there's music and all this stuff going all the time and announcements and all this stuff. And I know how tired my voice was after that. I can't imagine this guy doing all his Twitter Spaces and all the meetings he's probably had, and Jesus. But TJB is in the chat room.
Ah, no, was he the
nice.
sole host of the after party, or was Senna
He-
popping in too?
I don't know. I was on the road and I could never get in, and so I don't know. That's what we'll have to ask TJB. And that's the thing, right? Hey, if you Tom, if you want to jump on the show, dude, I've got music beds for Senna, and I've got one for John. I didn't make one for Tom. Tom, are you always the overlooked one, by the way? Does everybody want to talk to Senna, and everybody wants to talk to John, and then it's like,
Jonah, not you.
and then it's Tom. That's the reaction that you get. It was kind of like, when I was growing up, my parents would introduce my brother, and they'd say, hey, this is our son, Carlos. And then they'd say, this is our other son, Carlos's brother.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
Forever
So,
associated.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah.
Wow.
So, he was the favorite son. I understood that. But, hey, he was the Marine.
Yeah,
I was not.
Probably one day when you're walking down the street, someone will be like, hey, Carlos, brother.
Exactly, right? But, yeah, no,
No, I was a little, admittedly, I hadn't followed TJB on Twitter till a couple weeks back, but he puts in work in the Discord. I mean, that's where I find him most of the
So
time.
once he gets tagged, he's always in the chat, no matter the time.
Right. Now, he's the hardest. He's one of the harder workers on the team, I think, because he's doing the legwork behind the scenes, and that's the producer behind the show is always the one that's running around with his hair on fire, and you don't even know it. While the talent's on the air doing their thing, the producers are crazy busy, and so it's hats off to you, TJ. I don't have a hat.
Probably your headset.
I'll reach over and grab my guitar and play a good E chord for you. But okay, so there was a follow-up question by B3, and she I don't know why, I'm just based on the name B3, I keep wanting to say she, but they says it's all about marketing. I don't get how we will attract users to our systems. Help explain a little bit more. So there's a couple of things, right? B, you've got a founders and you've got a legendary. And so the founders, you're going to get a little bit of work done for you automatically. You're going to get some advertising on the web space, on the website, for people to say, hey, here's a founding star, go play on it. The other, I think the most, what would you say, the most prolific founder star owner so far has been Nikki, in terms of going out there and like, hey, you're gonna be a part of my planet. You're gonna be a part of my planet. She's got, she's got several different. She's got a hairdresser doing something or other. She's got something else. She's got 2 or 3 different sponsors, if you will, that are going to jump in on her planets. Senna has a barber shop that's going to like open up something virtual on one of the planets on their star that they're going to do. So
Yeah. It's you got to explore a little bit into the metaverse and see how people are taking advantage of it, I guess. They talk about it being the next, Amazon's going to be a shop online. It's not like you can put those deals together. You can't reach out to Bezos, right? So what you got to do is just kind of find people that are interested in it, talk to them about it, and see what they can think of and want to do. I mean,
right.
right now I'm a part of another project, an NFT project, and we're talking about doing some sort of animated type, cross between the PFPs and whatnot, and any sort of content would then be released inside that universe
Right.
for people to go see.
Right.
So it's
Nice.
kind of how you make it available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And then there's going to be some manner of API or SDK. I think John has mentioned both SDK and API. They are two different things that will allow you to build your own thing and then integrate with the Solaverse, right? And so that's what we're doing with the Diceverse, right? We're building our own little thing, but there will be dice lands that will be on our Diceverse stars, and there will be at this point in time 5 Diceverse stars. All 5 of the
Wow.
stars that have none of the orbiting what do you call those things? Asteroid belts.
Asteroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got 5 that don't have any asteroid belts. So I'm going to make all those Diceverse stars because I don't care about people mining and all that stuff on there. I want them playing the Diceverse games, right? And we'll need to make the investment for land and all that stuff. But those are going to be dice lands. It's also going to exist outside the Solaverse for people that are not in the Solaverse. So it's no big deal, right? It's going to live in both places. They'll earn their XP and all that jazz. So
And another
Nice.
way you could take advantage, sorry to interrupt you because I just had this thought, was you have missions and quests and activities to do all the time, and then you can make a focal point, say they have to visit your star or a planet in your system to get that mission.
right,
They'll have
Done.
to go
Yeah,
there.
done for you.
Yeah,
right.
you'll just talk
Right.
to different projects and see if they're interested in doing something with you. It's all
Right.
about collaboration.
And there is also the part with some of your own money approach, because I don't remember which one of you said it. I think it was Riri. People like money. And if you as a star owner come out and say, hey, buy a planet on my system and I will give you 10% of my star rake, if that'll be split between my planet holders, right? Maybe 20%, whatever. And they know, hey, I'm going to get my planet
Nice.
rewards, but I'm also going to get some of his or hers. Right? That's another way to do it, and that's I learned
Yeah,
that from
I
Axie.
I think Nikki mentioned this one time back where she said she's going to give them, I think tax-free or something like that. She's going to make this her system, I think, tax-free for a particular period of time to attract investors and all that to get to slot their planets into her system.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how we can control the sales tax yet, but I know Seta did mention something about that the systems would have different rules for that as far as transactions and
Yeah.
everything.
Right. So who knows how that's going to go? So we've got another thing in chat.
Man,
And there was a
the
lot
chat
of
today.
there was very active, and Birch is in there making suggestions as well as to how you can attract people. So yeah, read up on that if you're not in the chat right now. Superstar 1337 new subscriber, dude. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That's fantastic. I love it.
That is awesome.
So,
Nice.
Decentralized Knowledge has a question. We would love to find out, are there any limits on how many users or players could simultaneously be playing on any one planet? And also, when it comes to lands, how many pieces of land could we cut our planets to, right? And that information hasn't been released, right?
Yeah, I think we would have to wait out till more info gets released, and then
Right.
we can decide on that. For now, everyone is just
Right.
guessing and letting their imaginations run wild.
Well,
Right.
they did leak a little bit of info about like each planet having their own different land masses
Mm-hmm.
and continents or whatnot. So
Right. My feeling is each planet, when it comes out, each planet's going to have an attribute that tells us how many lands there are. And I think they're probably doing some research right now to see how many ultimate lands there should be. Like, how many different land plots are there in Decentraland, right? 15,000 different land plots or something like that, or 10,000 different land plots? I don't know.
I actually don't have that number either.
Wow.
I mean, Decentraland, I've just hopped on there a couple times for some events, but I haven't really looked at
Oh,
any land purchasing.
I haven't actually checked in on Decentraland or any of them.
I
Right.
know like Blocktopia has land, Biopills even has land on there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, everyone's got land, right? It's just a matter of how much is there. And if you're oversaturated, then your price has to obviously come down. And will it
Yeah.
achieve
a
that
set
same
2,000.
level? That's the thing. I don't know. My guess is we've got what did we say now? We wound up with 12,001 planets, right? 12,001, and we had thought there were going to be 13,000 because it was 4 to 9, and then no stars came out with 9. So I did the math on all the the stars with certain attributes, and it came out to 12,001 stars. So
Okay.
assuming
Nice.
yeah, I mean that's assuming each one has at least 100 plots of land. Now you're looking at 120,000 plots of land. So that's a lot. That is a lot. And so they may never, well, they will sell it out. And that's the other thing too. B3 is you don't have to attract people to your stars because all of these planets will sell and they will mint. So, you will have people. And
they'll be slotted into your universe.
right. And
don't know
those
if
people
Yeah, and there is no way there'll be planets in your system, and people won't be attracted to your star or something like that.
right. And so
For the
lithium.
most part, it's kind of a collaboration between the person who owns the universe as far as taxes or whatever theme they want to implement and letting them in even to slot. And then the landowners, the planet owners, who get to decide who can rent and who can go where. And if, say, this one, like, I'm just going to use Bored Ape because everybody knows them, they wanted to buy up some land to open up a superstore where you could get exclusive content on that land, you'd have to give them the okay a little bit.
TJB dropping knowledge in the chat. Sand has 166,464 plots of land.
Wow.
And so sand is Decentraland, right?
No.
Am I getting that wrong? No, that's
Sandbox.
Mana. That's Sandbox. Yeah. So Sandbox is that one's the one that has
Snoop.
yeah, Hizzy. I was trying to think of
420.
yeah. the faux shizzle. Yeah,
I know
Sandbox.
Blocktopia had like Twitter and like I know some of these big companies that bought up land too.
Right. Well, yeah.
Their headquarters,
You need
their
somebody.
virtual headquarter.
Right. You need somebody huge to some kind of pull, some kind of someone to pull some weight for you. I am over the moon excited as to the celebrity that I pulled into Diceverse, and we'll announce that at some point in time. But in those of you sci-fi fans will definitely know who he is. But we're waiting to pull the trigger on that until we actually have a release. And I saw the game for the first time today, as a matter of fact, from Mavius, and
Right.
so
Wow.
I was really happy to be able to play for the first time on our little thing. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. The other thing is that Echo is talking about in chat is that every planet's going to have plots, and even if they do, the planets will be subdivided to keep the plots manageable. So yeah, Reed, do you know, or have you? Well, never mind. I'd be asking you to violate your NDA, but I would imagine that there are some planets that may have substantially less number of lands than other planets will, and
Well, the thing is, we haven't actually, gone into details with any of that,
Right.
like future plans, anything
Right.
yet to be released, and all that. No,
Right.
everything we know is what you all know as, as mods and community members.
right.
Everything the members know is the same thing with everything the mods know.
Right.
I wonder, like, theory-wise, because we get to control a little bit of the attributes, but I don't think we'll control any physical aspects of the planets. That way they can determine how many land plots there are. But
No, I think that should be for planet owners. You
Oh,
know, yeah, for them to
yes.
have a right over their own assets.
Right.
You know,
Um,
yeah, the only part you have control over is where you get the tax, I think. Well, I don't know how this thing works. Well, everyone's just guessing for now, I think.
hey, my cup matches my star. My purplish cup matches my star. And by the way, the sub that came in earlier, I don't wanna steal thunder, but the star came in, the sub came in for Superstar earlier. That was actually a gifted sub from the Solaverse.
oh,
Our sponsor, of course, and that's, you know who that is, right? That's Senna. So Senna's
Yeah, yeah.
lurking in the chat
we
somewhere.
were making a joke earlier if Senna was gonna make it for the show or not, and then as soon as he said that, Senna popped on live into the Discord.
In the Discord, right? Exactly, or it showed that his phone connect. Anyway, one of the things, Superstar, hydrate. He did hydrate the 100 coin thing again. So time to hydrate again.
It's not a bad idea.
Just remember always
Yeah.
that yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Planets are going to have their own traits. Obviously, planets are going to have a bit of land. Planets are going to have some other things. I would imagine that they're going to
I
be
think
very
I'm
useful.
thinking planets should also have minerals we could mine too. I mean, that's just an idea, a
We talked
theory or
about
something.
Yeah. All right, all three of them in the chat room now because Chief Wiggs just commented. So that's John.
that. Ah,
Hey, John.
I feel so. I feel like I have to be careful now. I have to walk on eggshells.
oh no. What? There's nothing wrong with being wrong. You
There's-
gotta. I mean, the only way you're gonna learn is if someone tells you no, it's not like that, and then you go, oh, okay, so I'll be able to help the next person.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? We've got a redemption of mod poll, and I don't even have a poll enabled in the bot. That's bad. Oh, I did fix the bot, by the way, so that if like somebody was trying to do 2 gifts in a row or something like that, and it would like put them in timeout. So I did fix that, so people are doing emojis that it wouldn't like kick them off, or tell them to not do that. But I also fixed the timeout setting, so you no longer get timeout for 500 seconds, which is like 4 minutes. Now you just get like 30 seconds or something if you're being stupid. And I think there's only one bad word that's
Nice.
not allowed, and that's the "see you next Tuesday" word. I think that's the only word that I disallowed.
All right. Well, I think we got
Okay.
a lot of news to get to, so we might want to start jumping into that.
What's that?
We got a lot of the new leaks and news to go over.
Oh,
right?
yeah. We've got plenty of Solaverse news, but what I wanted to do was wrap up with RieRie just to make sure that we didn't cut out anything that he wanted to say or anything. And I admittedly I busted out for about 3 or 4 minutes in the middle of that. But were you able to get through what you wanted to do with your system and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Door in the background. Probably talking to like.
I think someone. Was
Yeah,
that was
someone
that, that? I think that was a
invited me
speeder.
to my room,
I think that was a Star Wars speeder that just took off in the background. It sounded
It sounded like R2D2.
so screaming. Yeah,
Great
exactly.
movie.
Someone was killing a droid in the background.
So you're all wrapped up there, Riri, or I know we talked about what you want to do with your system. I mean, you
Okay.
obviously
Yeah,
love-
well, I think one more thing I'm going to do with my system is get the battle birds. That's this other project I've been following. Yeah, get them onto my get them to build something on my system, for NFT holders. Cause yeah, the project we're also building a game, this kind of 2D pixel related game, something
You're
like that.
muffled again, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
gotcha.
Yeah, okay. So I said, also going to get the Battle Birds NFT to build something on my system. Probably get a planet where holders can actually come in and, do stuff, have events, and all of that. Just something like that, and probably partner with new projects and all that.
And one of the big things about this eventual collaboration between all these projects that we're talking about, or games, the Diceverse is the economy of the Solaverse. Using Sola to do these things. To buy this exclusive
Yeah.
content. So I mean, that's the biggest draw, honestly. It's just
Right.
to get the economics booming.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, Big Yoda. You are muted.
Yeah, I muted myself because my dog's barking. Someone's cooking lunch back there, and there's just a ton of background noise going on. I didn't want to go through there, but yeah, there's
Sound good.
yeah, no, it's I really like what you're gonna do with your system, and the only reason I wanted to get everything with redone is that we can go ahead and make a demarcation here and kick off the sounder for our news, and we can transition to the news segment if you guys are good with that. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's do that. News from the Solaverse and beyond. Okay, so that's a question, right? Did you like that one or do you like this one better?
It is time for news of the Solaverse, the Metaverse, and beyond. Do it.
I'll prefer the last one.
I like the last one just because I'm pretty sure that's you, and it sounds very uncanny how close to the imitation is.
Yeah, so that was my Emperor Palpatine kind of rendition. Yeah, but yeah, that was the one that I did for last week, and so in the
Nice.
chat they say first one, second one, first one, second one. So we'll let the chat figure
We'll have
that
to get a
one out.
poll. You get a poll going.
Yeah.
Right. Now, yeah, that's what we can do. We can get a poll to say, hey, you like the first one? The first one sounds more newsy, right? Definitely sounds more newsy, but
Yeah.
Put it in the Discord for all the Solaverse.
Something like breaking news. Yeah.
Mahamud has joined us at Beach, the first time chat. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the Solaverse. Good to see you. Okay, so news. Not a lot happened. We just had a reveal, and we had the mods and the devs talking for like 6 hours. So
It was a long AMA.
it was, dude. It was, and yeah. For those of you that don't know the second voice, that's Emperor. That was a rendition or a fake of Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. And oh, where's Loco? He can make a joke about the sound. And so we got off to a little bit of it, Ree, about your planet, and that's one of your blue stars right there. I had chosen this because it's all purple as my background. I did not get a background and a star that matched up purple and purple. You guys, I think you guys saw my stars earlier. I think I can put them back up real quick. And
Yeah.
Well, I know you wanted that green on green that Senna's got for your 420 star.
for my 420
Yeah,
star,
Sativa.
yeah, that's the thing, right? My green on green for 420, but unfortunately 420 fell down here. And 420 is, according to this again, ranked 933, but 420 is a yellow star with that whatever background. I forgot what that one's called, but that one may be the Helix. I don't remember for sure. But yeah, I didn't get a green star. So 420 is just 420, and maybe the leaves are already on fire. I don't.
Yeah,
or the
probably someone
buds.
set them on
Hash.
fire.
The
Get the hash.
the buds are on fire, right? That's what you got to do. But anyway, yeah, here's one of the things I wanted to get into for news wise is about the rankings, and you guys can see some of these rankings here. How do you feel about the rankings? Mine is, I have one word for me to talk about the rankings, but you guys go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and ask Ree just because he's the guest and let him go first. What's your thought on the rankings and how people should approach the
Okay.
project?
Okay. So here's my thought on the rankings. I would say, personally, I don't give a F about the rankings because yeah, it is actually more about the activities going on your stars. You're here for the rewards. You're not here for the beauty. This is not a PFP project where, you're concerned about getting a rare one or something like that, apart from the legendaries getting 2x rewards, you're cool. Even if you have the last star in the ranking, you should be good with that. You should be good with that. You should be more focused on, ideas to get people build stuff in your system and all that. I think that's what people should be more focused on and not the ranking.
Yeah.
Good answer.
I mean,
Good
that's
answer.
perfect. And if we go into a little more of the details about the rankings, I was going to bring up the fact that it's all about the percentage to the whole, and that's not the value that you're bringing in. I mean, I know a little bit about Yoda's perspective, and mine I noticed is like the biggest point values are star classification. I mean, other
Right.
than the legendary or founder status, and we have no idea what that is. I mean, other than that,
The color.
Eudora,
It's the
Yeah.
color. That's it.
yeah, Eudora has only 50 in the total population, so that gives you a ton of points for the rankings. But what's that going to add to the value other
Right.
than cosmetically?
Right.
We're talking about a
Yeah.
full functional universe.
Right. And so, and hence you get to, and there's been a few people asking in the chat, hey Yoda, what do you think about rarity and all that? And I have one word. When you think about it, aside from the collectors, and the collectors are completely different, right? That collect rare type of NFTs. I get that. There's a market for that. Aside from that, they're useless.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to say something like that, but I
Yeah,
thought
they're
no.
not used.
I honestly, the gravity is an attribute that is not factored into, at least what Senna said yesterday, it's not factored into the rarity. And for me, the number of planets and gravity are the two biggest things that tell you whether or not you have a good star. And so I consider myself, I was bummed. I will not lie to you. I was bummed at the reveal because I started looking at all my stars and I started seeing, oh man, I don't have any legendaries. Obviously, that's the number one I was disappointed about. And then I got to looking and seeing that of all my stars, and I've got a spreadsheet up. Of course, I've got a spreadsheet naturally to look at. But then I started to see that I only have one star that has 4 planets. I have 6 stars that have 8 planets. I have 5 stars that have 7, and I've got
Wow.
a shit ton that have 5 and 6, and only one that has 4. So I consider myself fortunate. 3 of my founder stars have 8 planets. 2 have 7. And
Wow.
so,
No, that's huge.
yeah.
That's
So out
huge.
of my 6 founder stars, 5 of them have 7 planets or better. And so,
These are things I feel people should be more concerned about. More planets in your system, more economy, more activity, more commission for you. But I think, people think, I think, well, a lot of us are actually new to the NFT space, so we're
Right.
more used to the PFP projects and all that. So everyone is more concerned with the rarity, the ranking they're seeing on the rarity sniper and stuff. So
Right.
I think a lot of people
The
are more
flip
concerned
value,
with that at the moment.
the instant.
Yeah.
right. But I think one thing that I'm going to send out props, for I don't know if it was just John, giving credit to the technical guy here, or if it was Center, if it was a group effort, right? Is that a lot of what would be considered those attributes were very evenly spaced out, aside from the star color, which obviously there's only 50 greens and there's an ass ton of yellows and blues, or reds, I think. But a lot of them are really 33%, 33%, 33%, like are close, right? The
Yeah.
0, 1, and 2 asteroid
Nebulas
belts.
are all like 17.
The nebulas are all, they're all
planets are all
within
at
close to each other.
20.
Yeah, and so I kind of like that in terms of, unless the nebulas are going to have, and I'm guessing that the nebulas are going to have specific elements based on the colors that are present, right? Like potentially that Crab Nebula, and I'm just throwing it out there, right? It may have more potassium, or if that's an element that you're trying to look for,
Einsteinium.
right? Because
Yeah, I think
potassium
for
burns
now,
purple. I'm
everyone
just
is
saying.
everyone is just more like guessing,
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
gonna
I
be
think this
it's
is
not
what
gonna
this
be.
attribute is going to mean and all that. Well, I'm kind of having fun with, seeing everyone's opinions and stuff.
Right.
It's actually fun. It's actually fun.
You
Right.
watch the chat a lot more than say I do because I don't spend a lot of time on Discord. When I'm there, I want to just kind of talk with people at that time. But watching over everything, I'm sure you have a live feed of or sample size kind of going on and what the public views are towards any sort of
Mm-hmm.
theories that Kenobi might put in the in the channel.
Yeah. But so far, I would say, before the reveal, everyone was more concerned with theories and stuff. Okay, stories for their universe and stuff. But now, after the reveal, well, a lot of people are more concerned with the rarity rank and, you know, well, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Right.
And I think the biggest part of that is because they think of it as like some permanent attribute. I mean, your ranking
Yeah.
is going to be forever that ranking, and it's not like that. I mean, your value is not going to be determined by the ranking in the end. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
3 years down, when you have things in the system, you're going to know that this one is producing this much, and this
Right.
one
Yeah,
has
this
this
one
much
is producing
activity.
way more than others that are ranked higher before. Well, we just have to, like I usually say, we just have to wait till then.
Right.
Just have to wait till then.
Right.
Which isn't easy. It's definitely not
Yeah.
easy to have diamond hands, as they call it, but
Right.
that's
Yeah, well, everyone uses the term diamond hands, but almost nobody actually practices it.
You're
People are
right.
here for a lot of people are here for the money. They just want to, flip their cash, like they say. They just want to flip their cash and then, go brag about it. Well.
Yep. I've only parted with 2 of the stars that I've purchased, and those were because, actually 3, I'm lying, and those because I purchased those for other people that were cash strapped or whatever at the time, and
Yeah.
and so I
Oh,
held them until they paid me.
Nikki in the chat.
What's that?
Nikki, is she in the chat?
Nikki's in the chat. I haven't seen Nikki in the chat. Where is she?
I don't know. We haven't seen her. He was asking.
Oh no, she's not in the chat. No.
Okay.
Oh, hey, we've got a question from Birch. Is looking at number of planets, that kind of metadata, happen to do any distribution of the analysis traits? And fortunately, I have, but I didn't have to really do it. All I did was pump it into a spreadsheet because it's easily accessible on Rarity Sniper as well as OpenSea. You can just do a drop down of the list of attributes, and you can see exactly how many stars have X quality. So if you want to see how many stars are green versus blue,
I posted it in the chat.
Oh, there you go. So it's Gaia versus whatever, right? And you'll see that. There you go. Bonga put that in the Twitch chat. So follow that link, take a look, and you can see exactly how many stars have what traits and what qualities. So it is pretty good. Uh-oh. Mavius has joined the chat. This is trouble.
No leaks.
No leaks, right? Because he's the guy that has to build all the shit that I want to do in the Diceverse. So so yeah, he's my John. He's
there you go. So
yeah.
you're Senna.
Yeah. I'm the sales guy, exactly, who wants to go sell everything all the time immediately, and he's the guy saying, "No, dude, this isn't ready yet."
No leaks.
No leaks, right? Exactly, right.
Sky TJ.
Yeah, see, that's what I need. I need a TJ. I need a TJB, right? So, yeah, it's funny. The question from B3 is expensive to build a game. The answer is it's expensive for time. That's what it costs you, right? It costs you time. And in this case, Mavius and I are partners, and we're choosing not to compensate ourselves until after everything is over. So we may make absolutely nothing, but it just takes time. I'm sure that's what Senna and John, they put in money to start, and I don't think they were expecting anything until after there was some success on the project, and they earmarked 20% of their, I want to say from the white paper, they earmarked 20% of the NFT sales to go back to the team, and I think that's when they started to see a payout. And so I would dare to say that 90% of the projects out there are not going to pay themselves until after their NFT launch, and then they'll pay just a small percentage of the overall and invest the rest back into the game. That's my guess.
Yeah, and Birch, definitely get some data analysis going on. That's what I was trained to do, I guess, in a way. And as far as rankings go, they put it all up there for you. It's pretty clean, but the real analyst is going to be about the economy. I mean, I'm obsessed with it and thinking about the marketplace that's going to be coming out, of course, and PFPs and all these things, and if there'll be any utility as far as that goes. So.
Right. And that was something that, I had never really thoroughly considered, and thank you for bringing that up, is that the PFP could have utility in and of itself, right? And then someone else in the chat also, whipped me into shape and said, dude, you're trying to compare the PFP to the star based on the original mint price. And the star, you could think of the star for them, meaning the Solaverse guys, as a loss leader. And then all of a sudden my retail brain picked up on, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. They offered it at a price below the market value to get early adoption. And the market will price what it's valued at, right? And
the biggest, I mean, I think they said something like, I think there was a tweet I saw that like it's a 50% between the devs and the public of who controls the Solaverse. And I mean, the legendary founding star, probably the star that's going to be most publicized, I would say, isn't even owned by the dev team. So that's, right there, that's pretty amazing.
Right. And here's the funny thing, right? Is I cold Derek B? Yep. And that's a first time chatter as well. Thanks for joining the show, guy. So he has a top 170 based on rarity, right? And he says he lucked out. I would agree, right? Top 200 is top 10%. That's great. And then he says, any thoughts on gravity? 50% might be better than 100%. And I can back up and I can talk about what John said in one of the periods that he was on when I was actually on, is that right now, gravity for the first game, which is Dawn, right? Isn't that what they call it, Dawn? We haven't even talked about that yet.
They teased it a little bit in the AMA, I think they said something.
Right, and it's up on the website now. And it is, in this first one, they mentioned that the further the planet from your star, the better collector you are.
Yeah, the better collector you are.
Right, gravity's what you're looking for, and it's going to raise the floor, right? And I butchered the actual meter on that. But anyway, for now, this first game, it appears that higher gravity will be good. In a second game, high gravity may be bad. But that's what John said. Right now, high gravity may be good, whereas in the next property, the next game, it may be bad. It's going to fluctuate. So if you're yes, I do need a green star, Curtin. You're right. Yoda needs a green star. Yoda needs a green star.
Yeah, for Sativa.
Yeah, Sativa.
Well, and for Yoda.
Sativa, Yoda needs to be green, right? Sativa needs to, and I was corrected, right? Loca said you harvest the buds when they're yellow, and yeah, that makes sense, right? So 420 is a yellow star. Anyway, the idea there is that if I totally completely lost my train of thought because now I'm talking about all my.
So we're talking about how
gravity is going to fluctuate. Yeah, it's going to fluctuate as to whether it's good or bad based on the game that you're playing. So it's both. It's good and it's bad.
Yeah.
It's positive and negative. I don't want to say bad. I don't want to say the word bad.
I think Senna made mention of both high and low gravities having pros and cons and something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he mentioned it in the chat.
And so I would imagine that the spin rate of the star is probably also going to be a positive or negative based on what it is you're trying to do, right? Gravity may be, higher gravity may not allow for a lot of elements to be present on the stars that are closer to you, on the planets that are closer to the star. And that's why the further the planet from your star is why you're better.
Better.
Right.
So I don't know. I
in my head, I think of it like the planets are from your star. The higher you have to have higher gravity, I would assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the farther you get away from there, it's going to be less and less and less. So you're going to have these valuable materials all kind of cooped up in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're playing a mining game, then you want that. But if you're playing a spaceship battling game, no, you don't want that. You want to be able to get those high speeds, zip around, use that rotation speed, or whatever it is. Again,
dude, that's a good point. That's a good point. Higher gravity means higher fuel consumption in your spaceships because you've got to fight that gravity.
Yeah.
Dude, And this gets into closer things of simulation versus games, but still, I do know John said he wanted to try and match up with physics whenever possible with some hand waving when required, right? And higher gravity equals higher planet density, more resources, harder to transport. Yeah, those are all the things that Birch, you got it. That's entirely possible. We haven't heard yet, but yeah, I really, and I Cold, thank you very much, man, for saying, he says he's a big fan of the show. Yes, and I'm sure he's talking about you, Bonga, not me, but he says hats off. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. We gravity is constant. Yes, Robbie, gravity is constant.
Kenobi. I can't debate with Kenobi in the chat because I always feel like he just knows so much more than me.
Roby's smart. Roby's a smart guy. There's no question, right? And they are. He is a smart guy. We've got a lot of smart people in our group. I will tell you that, right?
I think I did see a post that was pretty. I mean, it was pretty catching to me at least. Where I think what's his name? Oh, I had it in my head and it just went away. The guy who disproved Pluto or
Surf.
Yeah, I think who?
Surf 777.
No. The scientist in real life.
The scientist in real life. Are we talking about?
Who's the famous physics guy? He was on The Big Bang Theory.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, he
okay.
was like connected to one of these tweets. I have to go back and look at it, but I remember seeing that there was some interest from Neil deGrasse Tyson in the Solaverse, and I was like, whoa. That'd be sweet.
Whoa, that would be, dude. That wouldn't just put the project on the map. That would mainstream it immediately, at least in the community. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson is one of the in the last game that I did, it's called Eons. We named a star. Actually, we named a black hole. There's only 6 black holes in the game. We named one Tyson. And
Nice.
we named one Kepler, we named one Tyson, and so we went hardcore with Neil deGrasse Tyson. In fact, we got in touch with his publicist and we sent him a game, and we never heard anything. So whatever. But still,
I'm sure. I couldn't imagine how many offers and stuff they get to do things.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I'm sure they do all the time.
All right.
Okay, what's next? So the game. Anything? RieRie, go ahead and feel free to violate your NDA. Anything you can tell us about the about Project Dawn? Okay.
Projects.
That's everything. That's everything he knows right there.
Yeah.
Well, we also know that the alpha test is exclusively for the star holders, which is going to be great for us. So sorry about anyone who missed out on that train.
Right.
I'm excited to play the game.
They can go grab one from
first.
OpenSea.
Oh, true. Yeah, they get it on the floor.
Right.
Get them now before the game comes out. But I'm excited to actually, play it, and that'll bring a lot of solidity to what I want to imagine for my universe or for whatever control I have. I'm going to be minting planets as well, so I'll probably have a bit more control, which is nice.
And, I thought it was on the website, but it was the screenshot I saw must have been the PowerPoint that Senna was showing.
It's on Twitter if you go to the thread.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And I remember seeing it as a part of that. And, Jesus, I've got a lot of, holy cow.
There you go. That should bring you into it.
I've got a ton of people, a ton of alerts on my chat, on my Twitter. Okay, so let me pull that up. That is, okay, so there it is. Recap of the Solaverse, and then it had the various things. So Project Dawn, right? Play to earn, solo token rewards, free to play. And yes, the alpha is for star holders only. I'm sorry for those of you that don't have stars. You can get one for 2 ETH. Right here. Right here.
900 players at first, so it gives us the space and the chance to, explore and do a lot of stuff with the game.
Isn't it?
The other thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, isn't it funny when you said 900? I noticed that the count was down to 913. Isn't it funny that existing star holders are growing their portfolios? That to me.
Well, Well, I'm actually scared at this rate because new investors wanting
Taxes.
to get in might not have the chance to own planets because you know majority of the holders are actually not listing their stars and all that.
Right.
So
Posture check, by the way. Posture
well, they
check.
might just have to make do with the planets. That's if star holders don't buy them all first.
Right. Yeah, and that's the NFT holders. What? And we maxed out at like 964, right?
I don't know actually.
I think it was something like that. So now we're
No.
down to 913 individual holders, and so what I was saying was not necessarily growing from an investment standpoint, just that the existing star holders are buying more stars as they come up on the market.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that club of star owners is shrinking, and as people get in, I think that floor is going to start to creep back up because you see that every time, right? Some people say, "Hey,
Yeah.
now I can make a quick 3.5, 4x, and why don't I do that? Because I'm not going to play the game. Whatever." Wrong answer, but they do it anyway.
Well, bringing up
Yeah, they
stars,
do it all the time.
I think that's a good transition from all the star talk to go into the other big announcement, which was the PFP dropping and how
Yeah.
every star holder will get a free one per star. So, I mean, Bobo,
That's a
I
big
mean, it's
deal.
not the same value, but he almost doubled his
Gosh.
asset number.
Yeah, that guy's going to have like
that guy,
270
he's
now.
gonna get a whole lot of PFPs.
Yeah,
A whole lot.
build his own show.
And they're going to drop
Individual
10,000.
characters.
Yeah, he's going to actually have his own metaverse.
The El Boboverse. Yes. But yeah, there's going to be 10,000 of those.
And I think
PFPs.
I'm not positive about that, but there was the 3 drawings. If that are going to be the 3 types.
Right. I wonder if 12,001 planets, by the way, Curtin, 12,001. And the PFP, you're going to have they're going to be linked to your star, and they're going to have a Creative Commons 0, CC 0. So those of you that hear CC 0, Creative Commons 0. That is the most unrestricted Creative Commons copyright license that is out there, meaning that you can freely distribute your stuff as a derivative work based on the rights given to you by the Solaverse. It doesn't give you rights to market the stars as your own or anything like that, but whatever lore you create for your own universe, metaverse, system, whatever, you can then market on your own, creatively, commercially. You can make money on it and no problem. So that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
You got to think of merch.
Merch, that's right.
T-shirts, coffee mugs, little chibi dolls.
There you go. See, that's the thing, right? You could make money on a Bongabyte bobblehead.
Oh, please don't. I got a big head already.
Birch is going to have Pineapple Star. That one needs to be a gold star, right? Doesn't it? Doesn't Pineapple Star need to be a gold or yellow? That's what I think.
Be whatever it wants. I want Pineapple Star to be blue.
You,
It's under the sea, right?
it could be. It could be who lives in a pineapple under the sea. Yes.
And then I think a really cool thing that they're doing is the mint price for those who don't have a star is only 0.02. And I go and I see all these different communities, and I think the lowest mint price I've come across other than free is 0.06,
Right.
0.08.
Right.
So,
Yeah, 0.06, 0.08, and then probably 0.04 for the whitelisters and stuff.
Dude, Birch says he does have a gold star, yellow star, whatever. Yeah, so for Pineapple Planet, our Pineapple Star is a gold one. That's good. But
nice.
I hydrate again. Lithium says hydrate. Oh, dang, I'm down to the bottom of my glass. What was I just about to say? I honestly don't remember. But yeah, how will the funny names be, right? I
Well,
don't.
I think a
Nikki
cool
was
thing
talking
about
about Stripperverse.
I think another cool thing about the PFPs is that the traits will correspond with the traits in the systems.
Right.
They're going to be thematically linked.
Matched
I
up,
think
right?
that's-
Exactly,
that's-
right?
That's pretty cool as well. I don't know if that means like different races or, like I said, the 3 pictures. It does look like 3 different types of droids.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. I'm
But,
thinking they're going with the Star Wars theme.
Oh, Are you gonna go with the round bots or the traditional?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't.
Immediately I saw the PFP NFTs. That was where my mind went straight.
Right.
The little round robots. I asked someone in the chat, and I forgot the name of the droid. He mentioned C30. I've forgotten the name, something like that. From Star Wars.
Oh, I do not know the droid names at all. Actually,
You're
I'm not even
talking
really good with the
C3PO
characters.
or R2D2 or R4. There's a bunch of different droids, or BB-8. Those are the famous ones, right? C3PO and R2D2 and BB-8. Those are the three famous droids.
I think it's the C3PO or something like that.
Oh, there was a C1 actually. I don't know him, but
Yeah.
I think I do remember like later on there was a second version that looked just like the original.
A friend of mine, who has a radio show here in Dallas. He never got into the Star Wars, and they made so much fun of him when he came on. He's got Afternoon Drive as a talk show host, and his co-host made so much fun when they started talking about Star Wars, and he came on and talked about, well, I saw CPO3. And oh man, they turned that into a drop that they play all the time. Well, he's retired now, but yeah, C3PO, the big. Anyway, a couple of first-time chatters. Thank you, Aram and Virtual Sporadic, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, there are droids in the Solaverse, so the PFPs, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody
then,
tried to
the
hand wave already,
droids-
saying these aren't the droids you're looking for. But
And which also, 50% of which they're donating to charity, and we haven't heard which charity yet. Of course, I don't know if they're going to do a poll or something
oh
like
yeah,
that. But
didn't you say
I think
community
so
driven?
they have a poll.
Yeah,
So
so the community's going to decide, right? And the funny thing is, we're
Yeah.
global. This project is global. So, the American Humane Society is always a favorite of people, but we've got so many people that are global that it could be something like, I don't know, Doctors Without Borders. Something that truly is a global community charity. That's what I would hope we would go for, rather than just some American charity or some some British charity.
Sure, it'd be cool to have like a write-in, have the community write in a bunch of votes, and they pick the top 5, and then we make a poll out of it, something like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It'd be very cool.
Yeah. And somebody's asking what the pineapple star, what the significance of the pineapple star is, and if you're not involved in the lifestyle, you don't know the significance of the pineapple. So go figure it out. Go Google it, and just put in pineapple and
Lifestyle?
Let's just say pineapple and polyamorous, and you'll get everything that you need.
God. All right, let's move on from that. We don't need your wife overhearing you.
Oh yeah. That'll bring up some bad blood pretty quick. TJB, see, TJB just gets right to the point in the chat. So there you go.
No, I'm not actually looking at chat at the moment.
Oh yeah. He just flat out just came out and said Swinger Star.
The Holders charity. I like Virtual's idea.
There you go.
Virtual
And
sporadic.
see, Meta Dunsey, there's another first-time chatter. His star has 69 in the actual number of the star itself,
Did you
right?
get your?
Nice.
Did you get 1969?
1969 was a wonderful year. Back in the day when monsters were still monsters and considered terrible. I don't know.
Are you just making that up? I thought that was from something.
No, I was making that up. I was doing a cross between old Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan voice, and general British guy. Just
Gotcha.
I don't know, right? And yeah, I'll bust out some voices on you, but they're all stupid, all of them.
Gotcha. All right, and then other than that, as far as the PFP collection, we just don't know enough at the moment.
No, that's the thing. We
But
don't.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I love the PFP
All
world.
we
and
know
all
at the moment is the PFPs first. Brag about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Stuff
Well, the
like
biggest
that.
part of it for us, like community members now, for anyone that is involved in the project, is I think they said 10,000, and then if it
There
mints
are.
out,
Yeah.
which
Right.
hopefully it will, I don't see it not. it'll bring a lot of attraction, a lot of eyes into the project, and a lot of
Right.
people wanting to get involved and
Yeah.
buy more, or
Mhm.
just play the game. It's free to play. If they know about it, hear about it, they're
Right.
gonna want to at least check it out once.
Right. And given the current price of ETH, we're talking a good $400,000 donation to charity out of the deal. So, if ETH can hold somewhere between $3,800 and $4,000 through that, then we're really doing good. Maybe who knows? Maybe they'll let us choose multiple charities. But you're right, Bonga. We don't have enough information yet about it. But
Just the fact that they were
yeah.
doing it was a shock to me because there was no mention of it at all. They
No.
talked about Planet minting and everything, and then just out of nowhere, they're like, we're gonna make PFPs, and
PFP.
Mhm.
that will,
Mhm.
I'm assuming they got to have NPC characters in the game, right?
Maybe,
Yeah, they
right?
should.
Yeah, that's you got to think that, right? And I mean, I remember AMA 3, when they talked about the PFP and they talked about the CC0, but they talked about them in two different ways. Like you were going to get a CC0 to create your own lore, and we were going to do a PFP, and they didn't talk about them being together. PFPs are, by the way, Pete Clinks, first time chatter. Thank you, welcome to the Solaverse Show. He's asking, PFPs are not NFTs, not something you can sell, mostly for marketing. Wrong, on all accounts. They are absolutely NFTs. They are something you can sell, and although they are for marketing, the main utility is actually for you, the player. And so, yeah,
All the like Bored Apes and the crypto punks, those are all just PFP images.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you think about those, and I've always termed them as art projects with no general utility, and my vision on that is starting to change a little bit and morph over time because you've seen what some of these projects have done.
So from day one, most projects, the good projects that I think at least, start off with some utility, whether it's staking rewards or some sort of
now most of them are actually into staking and all of that.
Right.
And
or exclusive access to certain
metaverse.
things.
Right.
These projects,
Yeah.
they partner up early on usually.
Mm-hmm. And Virtual's going on about his 38 stars with 69 in name. And by the way, with the general economic conditions that are currently in place now, I believe with inflation 69 is now 96. So just make sure you're aware of that, okay? At least in the United States, it seems like it's harder to buy something with the same amount of money. But
It's definitely harder.
yeah, and DJ has something good, right? Maybe Anomaly 2 is what's 115, right? Because I tried to pin Senna down. I tried to pin Senna down on when I jumped on the post thing and say, hey, what is the significance to 115? And he was like, well, I mentioned all this and all this and all this, and I've already talked about it all, so maybe there's something else. And he was being so cryptic. It was so unlike Senna to be cryptic. But
Yeah,
Well, we
he's
did-
usually the one with the leaks and the little reveals and all that.
Well, we did talk a little bit during the AMA, and I brought up actually the website utility, and they were hoping sometime in January that would happen, probably end of January. I don't
Right.
think it'll be the 15th, but I think that'll be the next big change that we see in the Solaverse is the founders page for the website.
oh, that would be nice for them to unveil that. But
Yeah.
what is Anomaly
Or a
2,
remodel.
right? Anomaly 2 is still sitting out there on the roadmap. So what is that? What is Anomaly 2? I don't know.
Oh, we can just keep guessing.
Wait, breed what? Loco's talking about breeding something. What are we breeding in the Solaverse?
So breeding is where like your PFPs can generate other PFPs. Whether your Bored
Right.
Apes make a baby ape, that's kind of what PFP or breeding PFPs does. It allows you to have another NFT to sell on the market.
Oh,
without
I
losing
see
the
what you're
original.
saying.
Nice.
I see what
nice.
you're saying. The PFPs can breed other PFPs. I see.
And that's usually done by using those token rewards that you get from staking or whatever you may do,
Right.
and then spending it to basically buy an NFT from that.
Right. Okay. So yeah, and I'm hoping also. Oh, Birch just said in chat what I was getting ready to say, which was we may get some news about the mechanics by which we can name our stars, which is what we're coming up on.
I'm
that
pretty
as well.
sure I have a theory because they did say that I think founders get to name them first, right? Founding stars.
Founding stars, I think, get to
Yeah,
go
I'm not
first.
sure.
And then
First or for free? What there's some specialty with that, and if they release the website change at the same time, it'll be easier to name them through the site, I would assume.
Right. Oh, hey, Loco's putting out. This is a subscription that I would like to have. Is that star number 420 and star number 69 need to get together. So whoever owns star number 69, let me know, and maybe we could do a collab because star 420 I'm not really excited about. From a statistical standpoint, the attributes don't really excite me all that much, but the number of the stars is still highly relevant to me. So, yeah.
So it has a lot of stars but a low modifier, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and let's see. Let me pull it up because I had it here just a second ago. Star 420 is a yellow star. It has no asteroid belts. That was a real bummer. It does have high gravity at 94, but it only has 5 planets. And a rotation speed of 4.
It's the 5-planet one. Gotcha.
Yeah, it is the 5-planet one. Yeah, it's the 5, and all the rest of my founding stars have 7 or 8. So I don't know, man. So when you look at 420, and it is pretty because it's got
a high modifier.
Yeah, it's got that Juno. It's got that Juno thing to it, right? So it is. Rustic. Yeah, it's kind of that brownish whatever color to it. I think, right? Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Let me look at it real good. 420. Yeah, it's that brownish one that kind of goes from top left to bottom right and kind of curves. It almost looks like a giant flare.
Yeah, is it a flare or is it an aura? I'm guessing it's a flare, because I know suns do that on the surface. They're constantly moving and everything.
And it looks great with a red star. It looks fantastic with a red star. Just like the green one looks so awesome with a green star. The red one looks really beautiful. I have one star that has that bluish one with the blue star, and I think that one looks incredible too. But yeah, we're getting back into the artwork.
My favorite combo is the purple and green. Either a purple star with the green flare or a green star with a purple flare. I think those are the most.
Those are cool.
Contrast I see.
Yeah.
Other than the clean ones, the dark nebula, of course.
The dark nebulas are great. I really, really like those a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, my favorite.
All right. Well, other than news, what else can I think of that we have to talk about? Do you have anything, Yoda?
This is aside from what the community has. If the community has any other questions, I think we got through the PFPs, we got through the star reveals, we talked about the rarity thing. We talked again about how about the community has been great, and I think we've made it through one hiccup. I think really after post launch there was one star that was screwed up, and I think the founders and that owner have squared it away, and so. As usual, if something goes wrong, they own up to it, they fix it, and they move on, right? And hey, Robbie IRL, another first time, man, dude, that was really awesome. There was a squeak there, I think, that somebody opened a door, or whatnot. But
speaking of the community, we do have our second weekly giveaway.
Oh yes, dude, we have that. Yes. So, yes, Bonga, please.
This one, of course, is, again, from our sponsors at the Solaverse. And they are offering one of you guys, I'm going to post a tweet about it after the show. It'll run for about 24 hours. So get in quick once I post it. And it'll be $50 of ETH. We're just going straight up money to you now. Which I love, of course, because you can buy whatever you want. It's not a gift card.
Yeah, that's right. It's not a little NFT that we're gonna get and give to you. This is $50 for you to go spend something on. Yeah, right?
Straight from the Solaverse, giving back to the community, being transparent, fixing those small hiccups, of course, and creating a community for us all to enjoy. I think it's great.
I think it is fantastic, and all three of you guys are in the chat, or at least you were at one point in time or another. Tom and Senna and John. Notice I put Tom first this time. And
way to go.
And so we want to thank you guys, of course, for doing this for us and providing us some scratch to be able to give away to our listeners. And then Bongo, once you get that wallet set up, we'll get some details out about how you guys can track it. We want to be transparent about all this stuff and all that as well, just like the project is. But we'll you guys will be able to see who wins and, what process, what methodology we go through to do that, and, the picker wheel and how it comes up with something. But we will be getting that news out soon. Yeah.
And speaking of last week, Loco actually won, and I had 3 options for a prize, and he chose his own URL through Unstoppable Domains.
Unstoppable Domains.
Nice.
Nice.
He will be the owner of LocoYeti.crypto.
LocoYeti.crypto. Yes, indeed. Yep.
Nice.
You're spending. Oh, hey, Alexander the Great is spending $50 on the Diceverse. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna have more news about that, right? And I don't feel that it's really germane to talk a whole bunch and pimp my own project on the Solaverse Show, but just rest assured that I'll have some stuff out somewhere else, but and probably in the Shill channel where it belongs, right? So you guys can check that
the
out.
NFT channel, so we can discuss about it.
Oh, true. We do have an NFT channel for that, right? So, yeah, see, we have a mod right here on the show who can mute me right now for starting to talk about that. But yeah, okay, dudes. Yeah, that's that kind of wraps it up. We went a little bit over our allotted time, which for the 5th show in a row, 45-minute show has now gone over an hour, and this one has gone over an hour and a half. So yeah, we're just never ever going to actually do a 45-minute show, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. I enjoyed talking about the space, and we had a huge reveal. So much information to go over.
Oh, we did.
As much of it is all theorized, or not all, but a lot of it. Please check out the Discord if you want the information. You can always reach out to. You got RieRie right here. You got 4 or 5 other mods that are willing to help. And the community.
Robo,
right.
Sky, and then the rest.
Right.
And Barry.
Yep. So you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. You guys have a great team. I will say one thing about the Diceverse. If you want to, head over to OpenSea, get it, because the first 100 get whitelist for life for all the NFT drops that we do, and that's kind of a big deal. And also, yep, and also from that pool of people that get those OG whitelist spots, and people that buy that token, which is a 0.02 token that represents a free mint for a 0.03 offering. And so, that's a little bit of a discount. Plus, for all the people that buy those tokens, I will give away a star. That will be to one of those people who buy those tokens. You will receive a Sola star. Right now, there's only about 40 or so that have been purchased. So your chances are pretty good for winning a star. It's definitely not 1 in 40,000 like it was on the Solaverse, drawing.
1 in 100.
Right.
It's
so
not bad at all.
It'll be more than 1 in a. It depends, right? The first 100 get the free whitelist for life, but everybody that buys one of those tokens until January 15th will be in the drawing.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's why I was like, who knows? Maybe somebody might go bananas. That's why I put 5,000 tokens out there. But I'm not. We're not gonna go through all those. But the idea is that B3. Repeat that again, please. Yes. Well, sure, but this time I'm going to do it in the weird voice here that kind of sounds like a stupid person. But no. So the deal is, if you go over to the Diceverse on OpenSea and you buy a token, the first 100 people get free whitelist for life, and that's for all of our drops. That is going to be for Dice Lands. That's going to be for the bag of holding that holds all of your NFT character stuff. Your sword, your gun, your whatever. And that also, the first 100 people get whitelist for life for all that. And then anybody that holds a token before January 15th, which is when we cut off sales of those tokens, is going to be entered in a drawing for a star. A Sola star. And it won't be my cheap-ass, terrible star. It's going to be... Oh, let me see which one it's going to be. I think it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken... it's going to be star number 1601. I'm not 100% positive about that, but...
You cut out there. 16-something.
1601, I think, is what it's going to wind up being. 1601. But it's star number 1601. Rarity...
What's the floor, RieRie?
Rarity of 1332.
Yeah?
What's the floor price, RieRie?
0.7.
0.7, yeah.
So that's pretty good value.
0.68, yeah.
Yeah, so, 0.7 is what?
0.7, it's up for grabs.
It's almost 3,000. It's almost $3,000 worth of stuff, man. So
Yeah, and before then it could probably go up to 1 ETH or more.
it's entirely
So
possible, right, that you're looking into a 1 ETH thing. Yeah.
Well, not if our star holders keep buying them up. Damn it.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. But yeah, the star that I'm going to give away is a nice. It's a 79 gravity. It's got 6 stars. The rotation is 1. So if that
Wow.
becomes an issue of that rotation being low and what you wanting, I think it's got a pretty good mix, right? I should have identified the star number before all this, and now I'm realizing that. But I wanted to pick one that was not like, oh, it's my 1751, which I absolutely hate, is the one that has no asteroids, only 4 planets and 4 rotation. But that star, oddly enough, that star is the one that is going to a young lady in North Carolina who does not want to be publicly identified on the show, but she was the one that wrote the best and most compelling idea for what she wants to do with a star, and also is financially challenged. So she's going to be my Stola starter. And that I did a couple of weeks ago, right, is to have people write in and say, hey, this is what I want to do with the Solaverse, but I can't afford a star. And so this is one of those where the idea is that she can create some passive income for herself and potentially earn enough. And I gave her 6 months to buy the star at 0.2 ETH. And that's one of those things where as long as she can scrape up $1,000 roughly, then that star is hers, even though it may be worth 4,000 by that time. But yeah, she's the one. She's the one that's going to get that. One of these days, maybe she'll identify herself on the thing. But until then, it is.
Speaking
it is what
of
it is.
star value, don't forget to collect your rewards as well. Today, or
Triple.
was it yesterday or today?
Triple
Yeah.
today.
Rewards.
Yep. Triple today.
Did you miss it, Riri? Or
I still haven't gotten mine yet. I've actually done the task, but I'm pretty confused about how I'm going to get 3 screenshots uploaded.
I just
I
did
think
one.
I'm just going to. Yeah, well, I think I'm going to do the same too.
Yeah, I just uploaded one of like the thread tweet with my comment under it, because as soon as you comment, it shows there. And
Yeah.
I zoomed out and screenshot it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude.
That's-
So there you go. Yeah. That's fantastic.
almost
It's
a 2-hour show. So
Almost.
that's fun.
We did good. Riri, man, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Do we have? I don't think we have anybody lined up for the next show. So in chat, help me keep track here. Oh, you're not in chat, Bonga. But in chat, anybody that wants to join us as a Sola Star owner spotlight, let us know, because next week should be a Saturday show. Usually 1800 UTC is what we're shooting for. Now, if it winds up being somebody like someone, then we're going to have to kind of reconnoiter a little bit, because he's in Australia, and that is like 4 a.m. his time. So if one of you that are in Kiwi land or Aussie land want to come onto the show, let us know, and we can push that start time back to, maybe somewhere around 2300 UTC, and that way it's closer to 7 or 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning for you. But we'll give it a chance. But if you want to come on, just let us know, and email me, Yoda at, I almost said D20 Radio again, but Yoda at wait a second. Yeah, that
Or
is
hit
it.
him up in the Discord.
Yeah,
That works too.
that is it. Yoda at D20radio.com. That's the one that we got to go with. Yoda at D20radio.com, and that way we can get you on the show, or just hit me up in the Discord. Right? That seems to be easier as well. Me or Bonga, by the way.
Yeah, you can
So-
hit me up as well.
Yeah.
I do have my DMs closed. You just gotta send me a friend request first in Discord, or you can find
Yep.
me on Twitter as well. I'm on Twitter probably more than Discord.
Yep.
So just go ahead and send me a PM, and we'd be all good.
Yeah.
And as well, like Riri came in and graciously came in and guested for us. You don't have to have your image on screen if you don't want it. You
Right.
want.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
Well,
convince
when-
Savannah
you know-
of,
you
right?
know, when Yoda actually, told me I was going to be on the show, I was actually doubting I'll be here, because I didn't want to have my face on the screen and all of that. So, I'm actually glad I did it though. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Yeah. And now we
we're
just
stretching.
both look like casual people.
Yeah, we're stretching that now because Midi Z just redeemed stretch, which I needed to do anyway. My back was starting to hurt because I didn't have a lot of posture checks today. But Midi Z, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. But yeah, dude, it's going to be really good. I think Skyender just said he wants to come on, and Skyender, hey man, Skyender's the bomb. He's doing double duty because he configured the Diceverse Discord server, and he also configured our little side guild that we've created for the Solaverse. That is, a bunch of sci-fi fans. Yeah, it's kind of
thanks for the invite.
The Star Lords.
I really appreciate it.
Hey, dude, that's been circulating in the Discord. We thought you didn't like us, so that's why we were like, man, Bonga doesn't want to be in our group. Man. He probably went off with those Yetis.
Discord, man.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, and I called Rick B. Hey, man, shoot me a note if you're free Saturday. Shoot me a note. We'll get some people in and posture check from Chief Wiggs.
Really, John? Really?
Yeah, John. We need it, man. We need stretching. We need.
No.
All right, Robin. Thanks for the follow, dude. I appreciate it. All this stuff coming in right at the end of the show. It's really great. But you guys, we really appreciate. We hit 40 viewers for the first time on one of these shows, which is really, really good. If you guys would do me a solid and go over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, obviously /Big Yoda, and shoot me a follow over there. That would be fantastic too, because I would love to be able to get this.
They should subscribe too.
Yeah, subscribe. Yeah, that's one to follow. Yeah, shoot a subscribe over there, because I would love to be able to make a case to Google that we could monetize this thing a little bit, and that way we wouldn't be relying on Senna's money. Although it's fun to give stuff away, right? Virtual sporadic following. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, dude. And that pops up on the screen if you're not watching Twitch. It pops up on the screen right on top of everything for Switch, but for Twitch. So, yeah, it's fantastic. But at Beach has now followed as well. But yeah, so it's fantastic. I love this community. It's so fantastic, guys. But anyway, Riri, thank you for joining us, man.
Yeah.
Bonga, as usual. Good show
problem.
today. Fantastic show today. I've been looking at the chat the whole time, so I've been distracted. I haven't been looking at the camera, but
that's all right. Riri and I held up the show.
That's right. You guys carried the show while I was distracted this whole time. Yeah.
I only got the 2 monitors to look at. What do you got? Like 4 or 5 now?
No, I just have 2. I just have them. I just have different things scattered on them. But my 2 monitors are the size of televisions, and they've got different windows in different places. So they cover my entire desk. It's really kind of a mess, actually. But you know what I would love
after this show?
I would love one of those new pods that Samsung is putting out, right? It's got the 2 big circular monitors, and you're in this gaming chair that is like a zero gravity chair that moves in this circular fashion. Yes. Oh my God, they're so cool.
I think Nico has something like that, the Samsung G9 or whatever it is.
Really? Oh man. At Beach, my Twitter, by the way, my Twitter is the Big Yoda on Twitter, but somebody else already had Big Yoda, so it's the
mine
Big Yoda.
For the giveaway is at Bongabyte.
Yes, for the big one.
Every platform, it's Bongabyte.
Bongabyte, that's right. And the VOD for your videos. What is the VOD? Somebody help me. VOD, voice on demand.
No, actually, I'm not sure what VOD actually stands for.
Video on demand. And
no.
if that's the case, YouTube is probably the best way to go about doing that. Either YouTube, Big Yoda, or Twitter. You can also it's recorded on Twitter. It's recorded on Facebook too, but nobody ever uses Facebook, so I don't even bother. But it's.
Is there an NFT like space on Facebook? I've never checked.
There's some NFT groups on Facebook, and I chose a couple.
Yeah, they're usually crowded and stuff. Everybody wants to show their projects. Everybody wants to show their art and all that. So
right.
I don't actually use Facebook.
Oh, you were right. It is video on demand.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was, but
I was thinking that was a pay-per-view thing.
it is, right? That's where I got it from. Was my little AT&T streaming thing is they're called videos on demand. Deathstrike, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that here on Twitter. And as we get ready to sign off, man, what else Anything else? We good to go here? At,
I gotta go, actually, to be honest.
Oh,
1 p.m.
okay.
For me
All
is
right.
when I have to head out.
Oh, I got you. All right. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and suspend the show for the time being. We'll pick it back up in about 6 days' time when we get ready to do Solaverse version or show number 6. Guys, thank you for being on.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right.
I'll be here next week, too.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're always here. You're always here.
whenever you want me, I'll be
I meant
here.
RieRie. Thanks for being on, and we'll see who the next Solar Star owner spotlight is. And I said it 3 times this show without freaking out, voice wise. Right? I didn't even stutter once. Beautiful. Anyway, you guys, good night and good luck.
Yeah, good night, man.
Man, I love how I have to chat with you.
The opinions presented here are the opinions of the host and or guests and do not represent the opinions or views of the Solaverse, their managing partners, or employees. Any information regarding cryptocurrency or non-fungible tokens should not be construed as financial advice. All original content is considered the intellectual property of Studio 42, LLC.
And we're out. We're out on the audio recording, but Twitch is still live. Anyway, guys, appreciate you being here. Awesome. Awesome
it was
show.
fun,
Awesome show
honestly.
today. Awesome, awesome show today. And
Yes.
I Cold Rick B has a gift sub from the Solaverse, so Senna is still lurking. Hey, thank you, of course. Very, very mucho.
Nice.
It's
Picking
really
up all the new users.
yeah. It's like fantastic. Anyway, I will go ahead and shut down the Twitch. Guys, thank you so much. We'll be back to you again on Saturday. Manga, until Saturday, I'm assuming you're good. Same time? Same
should
bad
be pretty
time?
good,
Same
yeah.
dot? Okay. Fantastic. Ree, man, go to sleep. It's, what time is it? It's, oh no, it's only like 8 o'clock your time, right? 9?
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere around 9, close
Yeah.
to 9.
Yeah, almost 9 o'clock, yeah. So, all right, well, not quite bedtime yet, but I go back to work on Wednesday, so I've only got one more day where I can annoy the Discord. but anyway, all right, gentlemen, we'll see you later.
See you later.
All right, take care.
See you later, man.